So we're gonna wind things down here. The Tiger Gamecom experience. Here's my Black & Decker battery case bag full of Gamecom games, which is truly the nicest thing that these cartridges have ever been stored in. I can guarantee it.
That's true.
Actually, I think there's even a couple of games that need to be removed from the Gamecom.
Okay, so we reach into the black bag.
Reach into the black bag of death. This is the lottery that no one wants to win.
Okay. It's not going to be that one. It's going to be Fighters Megamix.
I got to fight as a car.
Okay. Is that it?
That's all I remember.
Okay. Next game. Next game is Duke Nukem 3D.
You can't turn. That's it. Forward Indy is how you open doors in this game. It's a miserable grid-based roguelike Duke Nukem 3D port. It's awful. It's horrible.
And it's teen rated.
And it's rated teen. Woo, rated T for teen. Some guy at the ESRB had to fucking play this and be like, oh, what the fuck to rate this? This isn't good. How do I open this door?
Wait, hold on. Does this thing have enough battery? I don't know. Williams Arcade Classics. Did you get to play as an arcade cabinet?
I remember on this one they included Defender on there twice, so they padded that. So really you get 4.5 games. And I remember in Sinistar, I flew into an asteroid and glitched the game and went to level 62,000.
Is it true?
That's true. It's in the recap. It happened and I wasn't paying attention, but when I was editing the videos, I realized I flew into because you're supposed to shoot the asteroids to get Cinnabons.
Okay, yeah, all right.
And I flew. You're supposed to shoot them and pick them up, and I glitched into the asteroid, and I went to level 62,000 with some scrambled characters at the end of it. So that happened.
All right. Next up is Lights Out Guerrilla Radio. Turn that shit up. By Rage Against the Machine.
Lights Out, the best-selling game on the Gamecom. That's only because it was the pack-in.
Yeah.
So it was basically a 1-on-1 ratio. And I would say the dedicated handheld is better. This version sucks.
All right. Next up is Frogger.
Let's pick this game. I think this game had some major slowdown problems, actually, with when you would get bonus points. And I remember that even though the later levels took place on a road, they still put alligators swimming around, and it didn't make any fucking sense.
Okay, next up is Indy 500, or 499 attempts.
I think you might have more to say about this game than me.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so on that game, it is very poor steering. Apparently they decided to drive cars capable of going over 200 miles an hour very quickly on wet roads.
Yeah, and you entered the pit at like 200 miles an hour, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I think my top speed entering a pit was 180 miles per hour, and my top speed leaving was 60.
That guy comes out with like a lollipop.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. He had a lollipop guy. Would not recommend. Next up is one you just played, Monopoly.
Boring as shit.
Okay. That was quick. Let's see. Next
Gushing
one.
grannies.
I'm going to save that one for a little bit later.
Oh, you're peeking.
Well, no, because I just keep seeing it. That's the second time I've seen it. This is a game better. You just saw the top of it, you cheater. This is better than Sonic Boom. This is Sonic Jam.
This game was fantastic. they made... They shortened Sonic and Knuckles into one.
Into like 3 levels?
No, it was Sonic 3 that we played. They took Angel Island.
Yeah.
And dropped everything after it, and then they made Angel Island 4 stages, 4 acts long.
Yeah.
That's fucking brilliant. I love that.
Yeah. Sega could learn something from that in this modern day and age of gaming.
It's just a 1-stage game.
All right. Next up, we have another one-stage game, Jeopardy.
Jeopardy didn't even work. We didn't get to play this game. Pass.
Okay. Next up is Tiger Casino.
The same thing. Pass. We did get to play Solitaire, so we did get to play some kind of card game, though. So
here's the game where he missed the most amount of collectibles, Batman and Robin.
Yeah, Rocky beat this game on Nightmare Mode.
I did.
That was... Honestly, okay, real talk?
It's my crowning achievement as a gamer.
Real talk?
Uh-huh.
This is probably the most playable game on the Gamecom. It's convoluted as all hell, but I thought Batman and Robin was actually a competent game.
Yes.
And in terms of Gamecom standards, this is the only game on the Gamecom worth playing.
Yes.
I will say that much.
It's definitely more playable than this, Jim. Resident Evil 2.
40 minutes before I found a save point. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. That was it. Let's see. Jurassic Park: The Lost World.
This wasn't the one where you had to drive first?
Yes.
And it had all the redundant cars to pick from, and we climbed to the top and jumped through the chopper blades?
Yes.
Yeah, that was... Yeah. I would not recommend it. After all that I just said, I still wouldn't recommend it.
This is Quiz Wiz Cyber Trivia.
The only thing I remember about this one is that the voice samples were really creepy.
Yes.
And they misspelled the answers to one of the questions, right? It was like, who killed the video star?
Yes.
Who killed the radio star? Yeah.
Okay.
Good job.
Okay, and the last one out of this bag is Scrabble. That's not the one I was going to say for last, by the way. It was actually Jurassic Park.
Pans. That's what I'm going to say to that. That's not a novice word.
I was going to say XU. XU.
Pens. That's a novice word. And zoo spelt with Z and 2 O's is a novice word. That's bullshit. So there are 5 other games that I don't have in cartridge form for the Gamecom. Oh,
like
no.
Wheel of Fortune, our favorite.
Wheel of Fortune was fucking hilarious.
It was.
We won a car.
We did. We won a car, and then I stage dove onto the couch.
We got to play as Tim Heidecker.
Yes. And Samuel L. Jackson with
Mohawk,
yes.
and all the characters are really creepy.
Yes.
We also had the Mortal Kombat trilogy, which you got to fight as an Andalite, right? That was...
Yes.
And then you exploded.
Yes. Very much so. If there was a word for it, it would be very much exploded.
And then we also did Centipede, which was just a boring. It wasn't incompetent. It was just a boring port for the Gamecom. And then we had Henry, the game that you just saw, and Henry is just a fantastic nightmare.
That's actually the best. That's actually the best way to put something like that.
That's the nicest way that anyone will ever describe Henry.
Fantastic Nightmare is the best way to describe that.
But that was. Let me get the Gamecom out too, just so you can remember what this thing looks like. Here it is.
For comparison, since I have it right here, here's the Wii U gamepad.
20 years difference, almost 20 years difference.
Yeah,
And it's really. I mean, honestly, I think Tiger Electronics kind of they set the groundwork. I mean, look at this. Look, a big touchscreen right in the middle. Does this come with the pen?
Yes.
Okay, because this one comes with the pen too. What do you got? We got 4 buttons here. We got 4 buttons there. There's a D-pad. There's a D-pad here. That has a built-in speaker, right?
Yes.
Guess what? So does this one. Look at that. How many cartridge slots do you have on that?
No cartridge slots.
No, okay, this is a dedicated handheld, so let's ignore that. Let's see. So that can connect to the internet, right?
If it is connected to a Wii U console.
Yeah, so can this. Look at that. So this also. So really, the Tiger Gamecom it paved the way for the Wii U. You wouldn't have this. You wouldn't have this without this today. So you can thank all of this mess right here so that you can play NES Remix and... Oh no, my games. You have destroyed literally $12 worth of games. Thank you for joining us on this magical ride of the TigerGame.com experience. It's been horrible. Rip in peace, Gamecom. Rest and rip. We hardly knew you. Rip in pepperonis.
It's the pits.
The almost completest. There you go. But yeah, thank you for joining us. And if, like I said in the previous video, if you want to collect for this console, it'll run you about literally $150 to get the system and everything for it. So, just saying, if you're a completionist, there you go. Anyways, thank you for joining us on Gatorbox. I've been your host, Draco, and this is always is my fantastic co-host, Rocky. I bid you adieu. Woo. Have a safe and good night.